Hey everybody, I'm back with another unfiltered fact, and this is story number 10. Now, this is a story of Abraham's two sons, and it's taken from Genesis chapter 21, verses 1 through 14. And what I'm going to do is read this story from the Bible Gateway website. It has the entire Bible online. I absolutely love this site because not only can you read the Bible, but also you can listen to the audio Bible. You can listen to the Bible being read, and you can listen to it being read in a dramatized way, where you have the different people that are speaking, their different voices, and it's, to me, I really enjoy that because you're able to imagine what is going on more so than just someone straight reading the word. So it's a great site. That's BibleGateway.com. And I'm going to jump right in. All right. It says, the Lord kept his word and did for Sarah exactly what he had promised. Now, let me stop right there. God keeps his promises. Abraham and Sarah were up in age, and they wanted a child of their own. From the very beginning, when God spoke with Abraham, he let him know that he was going to give him a family. Abraham and his wife did not have any children. And so here it is. Now God has kept his promise. All right. And she has become pregnant, and she gave birth to a son for Abraham in his old age. This happened at just the time God had said it would. And Abraham named his son Isaac. 8 days after Isaac was born, Abraham circumcised him as God had commanded. Abraham was 100 years old when Isaac was born. And Sarah declared, God has brought me laughter. All who hear about this will laugh with me. Who would have said to Abraham that Sarah would nurse a baby? Yet I have given Abraham a son in his old age. When Isaac grew up and was about to be weaned, Abraham prepared a huge feast to celebrate the occasion. But Sarah saw Ishmael, the son of Abraham, and her Egyptian servant Hagar, making fun of her son Isaac. So she turned to Abraham and demanded, get rid of the slave woman and her son. He is not going to share the inheritance with my son Isaac. I won't have it. This upset Abraham very much because Ishmael was his son. But God told Abraham, do not be upset over the boy and your servant. Do whatever Sarah tells you, for Isaac is the son through whom your descendants will be counted. But I will also make a nation of the descendants of Hagar's son, because he is your son too. So Abraham got up early the next morning, prepared food and a container of water, and strapped them on Hagar's shoulders. Then he sent her away with her son, and she wandered aimlessly in the wilderness of Beersheba. All right, so let's go back and discuss this. In this storybook that I was reading from, the 365 bedtime stories, it has questions at the bottom, as I mentioned previously. And let's look at those questions. The first question is, who was Ishmael's mother? Now, we started out reading in verse 1 and 2 about how God kept his promise to Sarah and Abraham, and Sarah becomes pregnant and has a child. But Ishmael is actually Abraham's firstborn child. This is due to the fact that Sarah and Abraham did not wait patiently on God's promise to come true. And this is such an amazing lesson for us today. We, as people nowadays in 2020, we don't like to wait for anything. We want things quickly, instantly. And we have to understand that God's timing is not like our timing. God knows the perfect time for us to have whatever it is that we're asking for or wanting. God knows the perfect time. So we have to trust him. But Sarah and Abraham became impatient, and so they decided that Abraham would have a child with Sarah's servant, and this would be the same as their child. But it didn't work out so well for them. In fact, we read on down in verse 8 about how Abraham was making a feast because Isaac was being weaned. All right, he was growing on up, no longer drinking milk, but becoming a young man. And so now we have a situation where Ishmael is making fun of him. He's teasing the baby, all right? And Sarah is not having it. And so she tells Abraham that they have to go. The servant and her child's got to go. And so question 2 says, why did Abraham send Hagar and Ishmael away? And this is the situation that happened. Sarah was upset. Sarah and Hagar and Ishmael, the whole situation was not God's original plan. So it teaches us that not only when we become impatient is it not going to turn out well for us, but also other people can be hurt. Other people will be affected when we don't wait on God, when we don't do things God's way. And so Sarah goes to her husband and says, I want them to leave. I don't want them to be here. And God tells Abraham, listen to your wife. Listen to what she is saying. Isaac is the promised child, but I will also bless Ishmael. And so God is so good and so loving that even though we become impatient, even though we don't wait on God, even though we say, well, I know what I should do, and we think we know better than God does, God is still good and still loving to when we do mess up, he will yet and still lovingly help us. And so this story here, I really hope that you will go to the Bible Gateway website and read this for yourself, or listen to the Bible, the audio Bible, listen to it being read. It's an awesome Bible account, and it's so much that we can get from every Bible account, every Bible story. It's lessons for us to learn that we can apply to our lives today. So until next time, be blessed, take care, and I just hope and pray that these Bible lessons, these unfiltered facts that I'm doing, I hope and pray that they bless you. I speak peace and life and blessings over your life. Until next time, take care.